Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Michelle Diabundo, and I'm an associate professor of health science at Seton Hall University in the School of Health and Medical Sciences. And I'm here to talk about growing wellness through participant-centered programs like community gardens. I believe in designing and implementing and evaluating participant-centered health programs and research projects. I have a passion for innovative qualitative research, which means using people's words rather than numbers to describe their experiences. And I also really enjoy questionnaire design, which means I design questions for people to answer typically online in a survey format. So I share everything that I learn through my research and my teaching in presentations at conferences, in publications in journals and online, and through teaching PhD programs at PhD students at Seton Hall. I focus on studies about quality of life, individual and organizational change, wellness, health literacy, physical activity, and using a participant-centered research methodology. And I'm committed to the promotion of lifespan well-being through leadership, strategic change, and community development, as well as social justice, which means addressing some of the inequalities that are occurring in our society among people. And throughout my career, I've collaborated with health professionals in schools, communities, organizations to deliver health programs and to conduct research about health. Many of my students have been involved in my projects, which have produced a lot of presentations and publications over the years. Some of the topics that we've worked on together have been community gardens, which we're talking about today, intergenerational recycling education, weight loss among overweight women, wellness among college students, physical activity in communities, and self-care among healthcare professionals. In all of my programs, I strive to focus on the participants' needs and preferences to support individual and collective well-being, which is a little different because a lot of the research that's being done out there, or the program that's being done, is mostly based on what are the goals of the people that are planning or the researchers that are conducting those projects. And so I really focus on what do the participants want and need. Today, as part of our DesignQuest challenge, we'll focus on the scenario conscious community, where you'll be tasked with imagining and creating communities that will inspire, connect, and uplift people to support a better health for participants. We're working to find new ways to increase community involvement, especially engaging our youth in meaningful ways to foster unity, creativity, and responsibility. So as you begin to think about the projects, I'd like to offer some ideas that can help you shape your vision. Earlier in my career, I interviewed people in Wilmington, North Carolina, in an intergenerational community garden education program. And hearing the stories of teenagers that were working with older adults and how they collaborated to grow and then learn how to prepare healthy recipes using fresh fruits and vegetables that they grew was transformational for me. I learned that community garden was a simple growth, not just in terms of plants, but in terms of social connections, shared responsibility, and sustainability. A community garden is an excellent example of how personal and community well-being can overlap, which I have called in the past growing wellness. So the idea of nurturing, whether it's plants or people, is about providing the necessary resources and creating a supportive environment that encourages growth, resilience, and well-being. So here's some ideas for your projects. An intergenerational garden, which I talked about. So this is where people of all ages, young adults, and older adults work side by side through collaboration, and that can foster a healthy environment, create social bonding opportunities, and mentorship. And then also thinking, secondly, about cultural exchange through plants. So a community garden can serve as a hub for cultural exchanges, people that come from different backgrounds working together and planting seeds. And this seeds of change, if you think about it, because providing that opportunity to celebrate diversity is a great way for the seeds of a community to grow. And then they also can share stories and experiences, and that can create a strong and diverse community. Youth-led projects, which is where young people take leadership roles in community gardens, whether it's designing sustainable irrigation systems, which is the watering systems, or creating an innovative mobile app to track growth and progress of the community garden, or organizing community-based workshops for the community, youth have the potential to lead. And these youth-led projects can be a powerful way to provide young people with ownership over their community's future and their environment's future as well. So the local food systems and sustainability is really important. Maybe you've heard of a food desert, which is an area where fresh food is not available, unfortunately. And a community garden can be a cornerstone of providing a place for people to get healthy, fresh fruits and vegetables. So a garden can be a way for healthy produce to be integrated into an area, typically an underserved community, where there is little access to fresh fruits and vegetables. And then finally, the idea of technology, which is interesting because we don't typically think of technology when we think of community gardens, but technology is really important because it can be a powerful tool for community building. So you can imagine integrating technology into your community garden by creating apps for community coordination, where people sign up for times or certain responsibilities. Digital mapping of the garden spaces, where you're able to look at the space and then plan to maximize the community garden spaces based on the size and where the sun is and where the watering sources are, or even virtual reality platforms that allow remote participants to interact and collaborate in the gardening process. You could design a platform where people share gardening tips, track progress, and engage in virtual garden tours. Whether you're envisioning something that's physical, like creating an actual community garden, or creating a virtual space that brings people together to create a more participant and community-centered project, the important thing is that you're focusing on people and their connections to the world around them. Your task is to design a community that fosters connection, respect, engagement, and I have no doubt that you all have the creativity and determination to make this happen. I'm leaving you a few resources in the description below so you can begin to learn more about creating a conscious community, whether it's through a community garden that grows food and relationships or a virtual platform that connects people from around the world. Remember, every community starts with one seed, and that it's through collective efforts like this that those seeds grow into something extraordinary. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing the amazing projects that you will create.